Welcome back. M.M Out here, over there, everywhere, all over the place. In this case, right here, is the Apostle and Royce Campbell.
Yes, sir.
Now, Apostle, I received a lot of comments about that Rock Hall thing, situation.
Right.
And it seems that there are more squatters all over the island than I really thought. You know, it's not only there, it's like all over the place. I know it's rampant in Six Men's.
Yeah, we've talked about that and
Yeah.
you know, every time I you know, and looking at this situation, I remember another quote from Thomas Jefferson. You know, I love history, so Thomas Jefferson, he made a very powerful statement one day. And he said, I predict a future for Americans. He says, if the people of America if the people of America can prevent the government from wasting the labors of the people under the pretense that they're taking care of them.
Yes.
That's what he said.
Yes.
Okay? And there's another statement that he made that I love, and I've taken that as a personal mantra for myself. He said, I have sworn on the altar of God eternal hostility against every tyranny against the mind of man. In other words, any system that he finds that interferes with the progress of people's minds, he's against it.
And remember, go ahead.
And this is one of the reasons why I've run in St. Peter, because the people in St. Peter don't realize that over the last 36 years, our minds have not developed, our tongue, still has not developed, and they cannot see, they're blinded to the fact that their minds are being interfered with politically. It's almost like what Hitler did with the Germans, a brainwashing. And you can't really see it until someone shines the light on it. So right now what we're seeing is there's a huge pretense that they care about people. But if there's really care about people, you don't just talk. You don't just show up on a spot and have a press conference and invite the media. You do something without the media even having to come and see what's being done. Or you do the job and then the media goes and realizes, yeah, the job has been done. This is what we're talking about here, Mr. Morris. And time again, there are things that can be easily done to ease the burden of Barbadians, but it's never done.
I remember the last general elections, there was a fire in Six Men's.
Yeah.
It was a fire. Subsequently, the incumbent member for Six Men, Colin Jordan, he held something at Brady's in Six Men's for the victims of this fire. This included alcohol and drinking and so on. This is the Christian guy, and this is what he's supporting. And he hasn't been down there since.
But again, this is what Thomas Jefferson is talking about, blinding people's minds. Okay? When your mind is blinded, Mr. Morris, it's worse than physical blindness. Because people can get you to do whatever they want you to do. Listen, I've watched this, and time and time again, and I've seen political leaders in Barbados use this to great. Psychologists neurologists knows that between 10:30 p.m. and 11 p.m. is called the turn off moment, a subconscious moment for every human being. You can feed at that point. You can feed people whatever you want, which is one of the reasons why.
Hold on 1 second. How many people knew that? Remember, I told you this on every occasion. You should always get something you probably never knew from the Apostle in Royce Canterbury. How many of you knew that? Could you repeat that part again with the time?
Yeah. Between 10:30 p.m. and 11:30 p.m. is a hypnotic subconscious mind event. It takes place there. You can feed anybody anything you want at that point in time. Okay? If Barbadians would believe what I'm saying to you when they watch this, check back the campaign meetings, see what time most of the leaders of the meetings come on to speak. They all come on at that specific time.
At that time. That's their prime time.
Because they know that. They understand neurosis, they understand psychology, they understand neurology, they understand hypnotism. That's what Hitler did. Hitler would show up at his mass media at that exact moment because he understood that's when you can feed people.
So Mussolini would have done this.
Yeah.
Hitler would have done this.
Stalin would have done it.
Stalin would have done it.
And you know, because I understand these things, I see them even with our meetings. You'll have a meeting in St. Lucie, or we're going to be starting at 7. Okay? The music is going. Then you have a couple of the younger guys come on and talk. You know, they talk for their 20 minutes. And then right at that time, I want to introduce to you the leader and the next Prime Minister of Barbados, right at that key moment. And the people are shouting because they know this is the moment where people can accept the program that I'm giving them. Okay? And these are things that I see, and when I see them, I said, my God, our people have no idea what's being done to them. And Thomas Jefferson was right.
I challenge any of my viewers to dispute what the apostle just said. To dispute and prove that he's wrong. I remember as a youngster to have the mobile cinemas.
Yes, sir.
And we all waited for Baraloo, Baraba and Lou Costello.
That's right.
Because that was the highlight. And it came on at that time.
Yeah.
That was the time it came on.
Listen, I'll tell you, we've been fed so many horrible programs. Look, when you know, of course, I've studied history and I've studied many things as an individual for myself and also as a spiritual leader. If you look at stories that came out of America as children, you know what came out of America? I'll tell you what came out of America. What came out of America were stories of Alice in Wonderland. You got it?
Written by Wadsworth, by Lewis Carroll.
Which is a subliminal message. Now she has a lion, a cowardly lion, okay, which by the way is your governmental system. He represents your governmental system that is not strong enough. Then you have the Tin Man that represents your industry. And then she has the Scarecrow that represents agriculture. And they're going to the Wizard of Oz on this yellow brick road, which is a gold road that tells you what the country is built on. It's built on a financial system. Okay? Now you check the stories that came out of England. All the stories that came out of England, okay, were all stories of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the prince kissing her and bringing her back to life. They live happily ever after. They're all kingdom stories of kingdom. This prince, this princess, this prince got turned into a frog. I mean, a whole bunch of crap, you know. Now, if you check the stories that came out of India, the stories of India came with magic, with Aladdin and his magic carpet, Alibaba and the 40 Thieves, you know those stories, Sinbad and Silverman, you know, going from poor to wealth, okay? So these are all stories that we've been fed over the years, and we don't know what has really hit us. But over the period of time, once you accept the program, it's going to work against you if it is not the right program.
But I'll tell you what one set of stories that they never published said the Aesop Fables.
Okay.
Aesop Fables would never given the publicity that Alice in Wonderland, Grimm fairy tales, and all those things. The Seven Dwarfs and Snow White and the Three Bears and all that sort of rubbish.
All that kind of stuff.
That Sinbad this guy fight against all these monsters and things with a sword and all that sort of thing.
And all this stuff.
Right?
And we had stories here, and let me say this, Barbados, to prove my point, Barbados has been dumbed down seriously. Because back in the day when there was not a lot of money, there was a lot of wisdom. So when they tell you, you know, every skin teeth in a laugh, or the higher the monkey climb, the more you show the tail.
Yeah.
When you heard, those are things that give you wisdom. Come see me, come live with me are two different things. You hear all of these things that gives you wisdom. Okay? They give you wisdom. Ask people today what they're hearing. What kind of wisdom are you hearing? You're hearing nothing. When you're not hearing wisdom, you're doomed to be destroyed.
Well said by the apostle. Well said. Jack and the beanstalk.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You know, it's programming. It's programming on a subconscious level that is going to. If I make you believe you cannot succeed, once you bite into my program, you will not succeed, and you will not succeed not because there isn't money around, or not because there are not successful people around. You're not succeeding because I've fed you a program that is blocking you from succeeding. And this is what's happening in Barbados right now.
You know, Slim Francisco the Mighty Sparrow
Yeah.
was so far. You always have a guy who's so far ahead of his time.
Yeah.
He even sang a song about that, you know.
Yeah.
About these, how they mess up your mind with these fairy tales and brainwash you. And make it rhyme and make it sound good. And then they cast a spell on you. Goebbels from the Nazi regime, the minister of propaganda. He used to appear close to that time too.
Exactly.
And repeat, especially on the radio, and repeat the same thing over and over and over again to drive it into your mind.
Because the Nazis understood something called frequency. Okay? They understood frequency. The Nazis changed the solfeggio frequency from 432 hertz to 440 hertz.
What difference does that make for the audience?
Okay, 432 hertz creates consciousness. 440 hertz dumbs you down. It interferes with the fluid in the body, and it creates a disturbance of the mind. So you can be fed a program. So I think it was Harvard that did an exercise, and I'll say this quickly. They put all of their top students into two groups. They allowed one group to listen to Mozart, who plays his music at 432 hertz, and then the other group listened to rock music while they studied. Okay? Then gave them an exam. Those that listened to the 432 hertz music aced in comparison to those who did well, who listened to rock music. Okay? It disturbs the body. And that's what happened. And you'll see this over and over in the campaign meetings. There's always that right time when they want that jump up music, get that party mode going, because it is interfering with what's happening. I'm telling you, there's a lot of psychological stuff that's happening.
And actually, right now, there was a study done. This thing that they're introducing now called 5G actually does the same thing. Mm-hmm. It messes up your entire mind. Your entire intellect is messed up by 5G, and that's something that's going to be installed very soon. Apostle,
so, let me just say this before we close. The reality of being in a country right now and you cannot say anything negative about your government is a sign that that's taking place.
Yes, now you know what that means? Our team. Where the people fear the government, there's tyranny. Where the government fears the people, there's liberty or freedom.
That's right.
Thomas Jefferson.
That's
and
right.
You'll hear that from us every week, because we're not scared and we're going to talk about things that are going to happen.
That's
Apostle, right. We're out of time.
Thank you, sir.
Always a pleasure to have you here.
Pleasure, sir.
M.M Out There, over there, everywhere, all over the place. In this case, right here, over and out, gone. Till next time.
Yes, sir.